Okay, on the record, in the matters of the people of the state of Michigan versus Stanley Grott, people of the state of Michigan versus William Schote, people of the state of Michigan versus Clifford Frost, people of the state of Michigan versus Myra Rodriguez, people of the state of Michigan versus Rose Rook, people of the state of Michigan versus Marion Sheridan, people of the state of Michigan versus Kenneth Thompson, and people of the state of Michigan versus Kent Vanderwood. Council appearances, please.
Good morning, LaDonna Logan on behalf of the people. Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Kayla Crino appearing on behalf of the people.
Sorry about that, Judge Derek Wilczynski on behalf of the defendant, Stanley Grote.
Good morning, Your Honor. Michael Bellata on behalf of defendant Rose Rook, who is present via Zoom and waives or consents to proceeding there by Zoom.
Good morning, Your Honor. Kevin Kievsky, P74-153, appearing on behalf of Mr. Frost, who appears by Zoom, has no objection doing so.
Good morning, Your Honor. Wright Blake appearing on behalf of Mayra Rodriguez. Ms. Rodriguez also consents to Zoom, Judge, and I've sent the court a chat that my client has a medical doctor's appointment at 9, and I would ask that she can be excused.
She may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Steve Coleman here on behalf of Mr. Choate. He is also present via Zoom, and we consent to conducting this hearing via Zoom.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney John Freeman on behalf of Marianne Sheridan. We also consent to Zoom.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court, Attorney David Gilbert appearing in person this morning. We will retire to Zoom later this afternoon. In the courtroom with me today is Mr. Thompson, and if we appear by Zoom later this afternoon, he consents to that also.
Good morning, Your Honor. Brian Lennon, Warner Norcross and Judd. I'm here with our client, Kent Vanderwood, and we, of course, consent to the Zoom proceeding as well.
Not sure why you would appear later by Zoom.
We're within a half hour, and it might be, we can appear in person if the court prefers.
We're not running an exam today. You didn't get notice of that?
We were an add-on from the first one. So
okay,
I had an issue before by not appearing once, and I'm making sure.
No, I'm just making sure you're aware that we're not going to be proceeding on exam today.
That's fine.
Okay, so that you won't need to appear. The purpose of today's hearing is to reset this matter for a new date. We do have a faction of this 15 co-defendants that's already running. We've started the examination for those first 6 out of 15 that's remaining. And due to the complexity of the evidence that's being presented, the volume of evidence, we have not gotten, I don't even think halfway through, hopefully. We'll do that at the next set dates, which we have some dates set in February to proceed with that exam. But due to that, I mean, even at this state on that set of examinations, I have pending motions for evidence and all kinds of things that are lurking. It would be a nightmare for me to begin another set of exams with the same set of evidence at a different time. And so to keep things as clean as possible, I am going to proceed and complete the first 6 before beginning this 6. I think it's 9 that's remaining. Is that correct?
I believe there are 8 on this set, Your Honor. Defendant Timothy King has been referred for competency.
Okay, so we'll reset the 8 remaining. The other issue that I needed to address today is, as you can see, this courtroom is very small and it has been taxing and just to get the other six co-defendants and their attorneys into this space. That will not be something that's even remotely feasible to bring 8. We barely had space for the 6 and their attorneys. They couldn't sit next to their attorneys during the proceedings. So the court has to make arrangements to use another courtroom. Because of that, the court is going to be resetting these for a new date, and the court cannot even consider balancing everybody's schedule. You're going to get the date and you're going to balance the court schedule. I think there was a concern about a motion, and I can address that before I proceed with setting the next dates for these, because I think the best way for me to set that is to know from you, Ms. Logan, how much more do you think we're going to need on the first 6? I know we're set to, I think, on the 13th, and this is the 13th and 14th of February.
It is, Your Honor. Your Honor, maybe I'm an optimistic, but I actually think we can wrap up proofs on those days. I'm not sure how far we would get into bind over argument, but I definitely think we could finish all of the testimony on the 13th and the 14th.
And I would hope that that's the case, and then obviously leave time for me to set for the defense counsel to present evidence if that's something that any of the defense attorneys wants to do. And then obviously setting dates for bind over arguments. So I would imagine that we should be able to wrap this up between February and March, and then begin the next set in April. Right now, the court is looking to set the next set of 8, April 11th and 12th. Is anybody expecting to be on a surgery table during that day? 'Cause there's very limited reasons why I'm going to consider another date.
I can make that date work, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Frost and I can make that work as well.
Your
Mr.
Honor, on
Grant,
behalf
I
of
agree
Mary
with that.
Sheridan, this is Mr. Freeman. I do want to raise one issue with respect to scheduling, and that is, I can't speak for the other attorneys, but for Ms. Sheridan, we have ordered the preliminary examination transcript from the 2 days that have already occurred on the other 6 defendants. It's our expectation to order the transcripts again for the coming up hearings. So I just want to raise that as an issue. It will be my request that we not proceed with the exam for Ms. Sheridan until we've had an opportunity to receive and review those transcripts. I believe that that's important because Ms. Sheridan's defense may have something to do with the prior testimony that will have been presented to the court. I also believe it's appropriate for us to have that material so that I can effectively represent her, so that she can effectively confront the witnesses against her and have the assistance of effective counsel. For those reasons, I'd ask that that be taken into consideration as the court picks a date for scheduling purposes.
The individuals that began on the first set didn't have the benefit of reviewing a transcript before they formulated their defenses. I don't see why you all think that you would have the right to review a transcript before proceeding on an exam. I'm not going to bind the court's time up so that we can try. We're already inundated with requests for transcripts, and I can already tell you that this one is something that has to be farmed out to someone to assist us because of the volume of court time that we spent. I'm not going to hold this case open any longer so that we can wait for transcripts. If you want to know what's going on in those other cases, you probably want to tune in because we're moving forward with these cases, and I'm getting these cases moving. We're moving the dockets on them. We're not holding them up anymore for any other reason. We've gone through the motions that you filed with the federal court. That was not granted. We're moving forward with these ones. So I don't see any other reasons that I'm going to consider for April 11th and 12th. So April 11th and 12th will be the dates that will proceed on these on these preliminary examinations. There is a motion hearing, I think, that the prosecuting attorney wants to proceed on. Is that accurate?
That is accurate, Your Honor. Thank you.
And that will be relative to this set of 8, or I'm not following what the request was.
It will be relative to all of the co-defendants. However, understanding the court's schedule, I believe it makes sense to separate argument relative to the dates that the defendants are each coming into court. So we would like to argue the motion as to these defendants on whatever day the court is setting. April 11th would work fine for us. And then for the other set of defendants, we'll have to work that out with the court and with them as well.
Your Honor, John Freeman on behalf of Ms. Sheridan. I'm not sure what motion is being discussed at this point.
The people have requested to file a motion regarding sequestration. And so they've not filed it yet. And they're looking for a date, I guess, to have that motion heard.
That's correct, Your Honor. Thank you.
I'd ask that the court consider us having enough time to respond if necessary. I don't know what motion they're talking about. It's the first I've heard of it.
Correct. It's the first I've heard of it too. I would imagine that if they file a motion, you will get more benefit than the first 6 because they're scheduled to proceed on the 13th of February. And today is the 30th of January. We've not seen the motion yet. But your motion, if one is filed, your motion hearing or for your client won't be until April, prior to proceeding on the exam.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's agreeable to the people.
Your Honor, in terms of the scheduling, Wright Blake, appearing on behalf of Ms. Rodriguez. I have 2 potential federal jury trials scheduled for the 2nd of April and 1 scheduled for the 9th. I don't anticipate those trials going. If one of them does go, I will alert the court. If the court could give me the best way to contact them, I would send an email or call. Thank you.
Thank you. And you should have not been included on emails, I think, with Ms. Logan and Ms. Crino. And if not, we'll make sure today that you get an email from my court staff with them included, so you know the best way to notify the court of that information. Any additional matters that we need to address today on these files?
Yes, Your Honor. Brian Lennon, on behalf of Kent Vanderwood. We understand that the court's date is solid. Thank you. Would the court, we can formalize this in a motion, allow us to bring our own court reporter in, just a stenographer, to take the testimony of these next 2 days, the 13th and 14th. I realize the court has an obligation to do it itself, but would we be able to get leave from the court to allow the court to bring our own stenographer in so that we can at least get that second 2 days of transcript done on our dime?
Okay, if you can file a motion. I don't have any reason to believe why I would have not reasonably considered that. I think that's, if you want to pay for someone to come in and record it for your benefit, file that motion. We'll give the people an opportunity to object to that, and then we'll proceed from there.
Thank you, and we'll circulate to see if it's unopposed. And the last matter is, Your Honor, on the motion for the sequestration. I'm assuming the prosecution will send it around. We may agree to that one as well. Make it easy on the court.
That would be beneficial, considering there's 15 co-defendants. Hopefully they'll seek your objections or stipulation prior to filing any motions. And then if necessary, they'll file those motions and you'll get that. We'll need to make sure we get a group, I guess, an email circulated that includes everyone, so everyone knows how to get in contact with the court staff as well. So we'll do that today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, this is Mr. Freeman again on Ms. Sheridan's matter. Your Honor, I provided the court with a variety of different dates. I understand the court is not interested in considering specific attorney schedules, and I respect that. I do have a procedural question, however. If an attorney is scheduled to be in trial the week that the court has selected, and that trial predates the April 11 date, and that trial actually proceeds, how would the court like that attorney to proceed in notifying the court And should we be letting the court know that today, that there could be that kind of potential conflict, or should we let the court know at a later date?
You can email the court, let us know that you have a potential trial conflict that predated, and you can let us know that now. I'm still going to keep this date on the books, and if your trial for whatever reason goes, then you'll notify us that your trial is going to go. But as of right now, that's not an issue germane to the court. Right now, we're scheduled to proceed with the exam on the 11th and 12th of April. And to the extent that you can work out any other conflicts, I think there's reasonable time to do that.
Understood. Thank you, Your Honor.
Any additional matters for the record?
Your
Good
Honor, Steve
morning.
Coleman for Mr. Choate. I just want to confirm that on the 11th and 12th of April, we'll be starting at 9 a.m. and going the full day on both days.
Yeah, we're going to start at 8:30 in the morning on the exam. If there is a motion that needs to be heard, that will be scheduled for 8 a.m.
Thank you.
No problem. That'll be in person at the court. We will not be in this courtroom, though. We'll be in the larger courtroom. Any additional matters? I think someone else was speaking at the same time.
Good morning, Judge Derek Wilczynski again on behalf of Stanley Grote. I have two motions that are scheduled to be heard this morning. Hopefully they didn't fall through the cracks. One is a motion to dismiss and the other is a motion for more specific evidence as it pertains to Mr. Grote. Is the court still intending on addressing those motions today?
Yeah, I see that there was a motion scheduled for 8 o'clock. It took the bench today. I got here about 8:15, but I didn't see anybody else. I must have missed information about the rescheduling of the times. I was actually out of the office for the last 2 weeks, and so no motions will be heard today. We'll reset this motion, and we can reset your motion for a date sooner than April to address that.
Thank
Okay.
you, Judge. There are two motions. One of them, like I said, is a motion to dismiss. The other is an evidentiary motion.
Okay, let me get you a date to
Thank you,
address
Judge.
your motion. Does March 21st at 8 a.m. work?
Sounds like it does, Judge, but it never hurts to double check. So let me take a look.
That date is agreeable to the people, Your Honor.
That's fine, Judge.
Okay, we'll set the motions for March 21st at 8 a.m. I'm just double checking to see if I have both your motion and the people's response.
If it's helpful, Your Honor, the people's responses to both of Mr. Grote's motions were filed on October 30th, so it could be a while back in Mr. Grote's file.
That's correct, Judge.
It's definitely a while back. It's probably about all this right here alone is media requests. Let's see here. I don't see it. I don't have either in the file.
I can resubmit them, Judge.
If you can email them, what's your email? If you can send it to Addie, ADDIE .Nash, NASH at lansingmi.gov.
Will do, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm
Any
assuming,
additional?
Judge, too, those motions will be heard by Zoom, correct?
Those motions will be via Zoom.
Very good. Thank you, Judge.
No problem. Any additional matters to be resolved today?
Your Honor, Mr. Freeman again. Your Honor, Mr. Freeman again, I just want to confirm April 11 and April 12, 2 days in a row. My original information was the court was planning to proceed as many days as it was going to take. I just want to be clear, it's just those 2 days in April.
Those 2 days in April are being scheduled for now. And then we will reschedule the next 2 days as necessary after those dates.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
No problem. Any additional matters?
No, Your Honor. No.
Okay, well, I'll set on these matters and we'll see the defense counsels, except for the counsel on behalf of GRAC. We'll see you in April, and then Ms. Logan will see you, Ms. Logan and Ms. Crino will see you in February.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks, Judge.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone. Was someone in the way?